This video is for 6.3 recursive formulas. For recursive formulas, there's a couple things that hopefully you can memorize. A sub n minus 1 or a times n minus 1. It shows up both ways. Both of those just mean one thing: the last known term. The last known term. Okay, so if I say it's, the sequence is 3, 5, 7, ... and I want to know what the a sub n minus 1 is, well, a sub n minus 1 is just the last known term. What is that? We know that 7 is the last known term. Okay, so that's all that means, is the last known term. So let's go ahead and try the homework 6.3. In this one, we have a sequence. It's an arithmetic sequence. We're told that right here, so we know it's plus or minus. In this case, it's doing what? It's minus 4, and minus 4. Okay, so we know the common difference is minus 4. So what's our first term? That's what this first part right here, a sub 1. The 1 means when x is 1, our first number. Our first number is just simply -9. That's all that means. A sub 1 equals the first number in the list. Okay. Now, a sub n, basically it wants what are we doing? Well, we're taking the last known term and minus 4. The last known term, minus 4. Last known term, minus 4. So I have a sub n minus 1 minus 4. The last known term, a sub n minus 1 minus 4. And that's all that we have to do. So in this one, what's our first term? Our first term is a 1. So I'm going to put a 1 right there. And here, again, we need to remember a sub n minus 1. All that means is the last known term. Or the term right in front of what you're trying to find, but it's easier for me to remember last known term. So what am I doing here? I'm finding, okay, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. I see right here it's an arithmetic sequence. So minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. So I take the last known term, a n minus 1, which is math for the last known term. And what am I doing with the last known term? I'm minusing 6, minusing 6, minusing 6. So minus 6. And that's that. Okay, again, arithmetic sequence. So that tells me that this is plus or minus. So what is my common difference? Here I'm doing plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, so it's all plus 5. What am I doing? I'm taking the last known number plus 5. Now that's the last known number plus 5. Now that's the last known number plus 5. So what's my first term? My first term in the list is -21. And what am I doing here? I'm taking the last known number, which written in math is a sub n minus 1. And what am I doing? I'm plusing 5. This part's always going to be a sub n minus 1. And you could put it in parentheses if you want. Okay, write the recursive formula for each of these sequences. Okay, first we got to find out what's going on. Well, we can figure out the first term of each of these without doing any work at all. So let's just go ahead and fill that in right now. The first term here is 6. The first term here is 11. Good. Now we got the hard part out of the way, right? So let's go through. What's happening here? To get from 6 to 12, it's either plus 6 or times. See, we're not told it's arithmetic, so we don't know. But to get from 12 to 24, it's not just plus 6. It's times 2. And we can see that, right? Times 2, times 2, times 2. So this one is geometric. Because it's times 2. But interestingly enough, we still fill it out the exact same way. What did we do? We took the last known number, a, n minus 1, and what did we do with that? We timesed 2. And that's all we did. So on this one, what do we need to look at? Okay, well, minus 5 seems to be it. Minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. All you got to do is find the pattern, and here we keep subtracting 5. So that tells me that I've got a n minus 1, which means the last number. And what do I do with the last number? I'm minus 5, and that gives me the next number. Then I take that number, minus 5, and that gives me the next number. Okay, what's happening here? Well, I'm pretty sure it's not addition or subtraction because it goes positive, negative, positive, negative. So let's divide backwards and see. What's negative 500 divided by 100? That would be negative 5. Negative 100 divided by negative, or 100 divided by negative 20 is negative 5. And negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. So we see that the ratio is negative 5. Okay, so we're dividing by 5, or excuse me, we're multiplying by negative 5 each time. Okay, and what's going on here? Well, this one looks like plus 3, and plus 3. So that one's this one's geometric, this one's arithmetic, and the difference here, the common difference is plus 3. Okay, so now we have all the information we need. What's our first number? Our first number is 4. What's our first number here? That one would be 2. Okay, and this one always starts off with taking the last number, which is in math, a sub n minus 1, and then just hit the right arrow to get back up out of there. The last number, and what are we doing? We're timesing by negative 5. Okay, and here we take the last number. What are we doing with the last number? We're adding 3. And the last one is going to be very similar. Let's find out what we got here. It seems to be increasing quite a bit each time, so it's not plus or minus, it's times. So that tells me that that's geometric, and that doesn't really matter with recursive formulas, but geometric, and what are we doing? We are timesing by 3 each time. If I divide backwards, I'll see it's timesing by 3. And here, what's happening here? Well, I'm minusing 6, and that one's arithmetic. Okay, so I'm timesing by 3 and dividing by, or subtracting 6. What's my first term here? That would be 4. And what happens here? Well, I take the last known number, a n minus 1. What do I do with the last known number? I times it by 3. Okay, here what's my first number? First number is 9. And what do? I take the last known number, so a n minus 1. And what am I doing with it? I am subtracting 6. And that is how you do that equation, or that assignment, excuse me. If you have any questions, let me know.